This on the Fan TV. Back at you another video. We're gonna talk about Devin Duvernay today, man. The slot machine, Devin Duvernay. Is he the answer to the Ravens' issues in the slot for this upcoming season and maybe possibly even further on after that? So this video idea came from a tweet from Pro Football Focus. College, the most receiving yards out of the slot in a season since 2014. Justin Jefferson in 2019 and 15-18. And guess who's second on that list? Devin Duvernay in 2019 as well with 1387. So this tweet was really tweeted out to hype up the draft prospect next year, Jackson Smith in Jigba. That's goes to Ohio State. He had 1367 out the slot. But as Ravens fans, we know there's Devin Duvernay's numbers in the slot right here. So I thought it'd be a good idea to make a video about it. So essentially what this tweet is saying that Devin Duvernay put up historic numbers as a slot receiver within the last 8 years. So from 2014 to 2021, so that's 7-8 seasons, Devin Duvernay has the second most yards in a single season in the slot. That's highly impressive. I'm gonna put some clips in here, maybe a long clip of Devin Duvernay and some of his work out of the slot in that last year at Texas. So, like I said, only Justin Jefferson had more yards than Devin Duvernay in the slot in these last 7 years as a college player from a single season. So, what does that mean for him in this offense and his role? Now, obviously, college and the NFL are not the same thing. Justin Jefferson was both. He was a great college receiver, and he's been a great NFL receiver. Devin Duvernay has been used as a gadget player. He was drafted in the third round of the 2020 draft, but we haven't really seen much offensive production from him. So is that Greg Roman? Is it the system? Is it him? We got to ask those kind of questions. But when I look at Devin Duvernay, I see a guy that whenever he came on the field, it was production. I remember saying to one of my friends, like, when Devin Duvernay touches the ball, it seems like he gets 7 yards every time. And that's when he's using jet sweeps and, he's taking handoffs, reverses. It seems like every time he touches the ball, something good and positive happens for the Ravens. So why doesn't he touch the ball more often? That's got to be a question that's got to be on our mind as Ravens fans. So he's being underutilized as a weapon just in general. Relegating him to just a gadget guy when he comes in the game, we're going to run jet sweeps and wildcat and things like that. Just don't get me wrong, he's an explosive athlete. He was a track star. He was a track star. All right, so the speed he has it, but he can be used for so much more than that. Obviously, he broke out last year as a returner. He made the Pro Bowl as a returner. He might have been All Pro as a returner as well. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but. It may be time for him to step into that role as a full-time receiver. So reason I'm singling out Devin Duvernay from the other guys is because I think Tylan Wallace and James Prochet both more profile as outside Z receivers than in the slot. So, you got your Bateman as X. Well, Bateman is versatile. He could do really all three slots, all three positions on the field. But you got Bateman as your X. I think more profiles right now for Tylan and Prochet to be outside Z receivers and Devin Duvernay to work the slot. He has the speed and quickness to perform that role, and he just needs the actual reps, the actual game time to do it effectively. So that's the biggest thing right now for Duvernay is that will he get the game time to actually perform and show the guys that he's worthy of this role? And I made a video about are the Ravens going to trust their young core, or are they going to sign a vet? Now, I think the answer lies somewhere in the middle. I think the Ravens are going to trust the young core, and I think they are going to sign a vet. So I think it's actually a combination of both. But a big step towards trusting your young core will be getting a guy like Devin Duvernay on the field because he needs to play. Having him run, like I said, keep saying it, jet sweeps 3 times a game, it's just not enough for a guy. When he touches the ball, positive things happen. So we've seen guys go from wide receiver to effective wide receiver. Sorry, we've seen guys go from kick returner, to effective wide receiver. I was thinking of a guy like Antonio Brown, right? Not saying they have the same skill set or anything like that, but we've seen guys who put in work um, as a punt returner, kick returner, and then also can play the wide receiver position. So this is not like something that's a foreign jump to Devin Duvernay. I think that his speed, quickness, and reliability. Also, he has great hands. I believe he had very, very few drops in college at Texas. So coming out, it was said that the Ravens got a steal getting a guy like Devin Duvernay in the third round, but they haven't treated him as such. So that's what I'm interested in seeing from Duve. Can he get on the field and make an impact in that slot? Because the Ravens need somebody who can do that. Yes, Andrews is there down the middle of the field as a tight end. Yes, Isaiah likely is going to probably have a role as a big slot as well. That's a lot of what he did at Coastal Carolina. But you still need a wide receiver shifty guy to work that inside out on a cornerback. And I think Devin Duvernay is probably, as the Ravens are currently constructed right now, is the guy best positioned to really fulfill that role and excel in it. Now, like I said, it comes back to the main thing. Will Greg Roman put him on the field and actually trust him to do more than just gadget plays? Because when Devin Duvernay was on the field, it was almost like, okay, what's going to happen now? Is it just going to be a fly sweep or something? But I go back to, I think about the Detroit game, right? Hollywood Brown, no longer with the Ravens, dropped probably 3 touchdowns that game. One of them, I think, is a little harsh because the defender tipped it and it went right to Hollywood really fast. And, it was a more difficult catch than it seemed on first glance. But in that same game, when we needed a big third down conversion, they went to Devin Duvernay and he scored a touchdown. Now, it was a busted coverage, and I get that, but it's more about the fact that he was on the field for that time and scored. So why can't we go to something more like that? And I believe he lined up in the slot on that play too. So he's shown that he can win. If you want to look up a clip of him winning against a good corner, there is a clip of him winning against Patrick Surtain on inside slant last year when we played the Broncos. I know it's just one route. I know it's just one play. But he has wide receiver potential. I mean, so now with guys like Keith Williams giving him that coaching, T. Martin giving him that coaching, can he take that next step and develop and become a player for the Ravens who is a full-time wide receiver? So anyway, I saw that tweet. It made me want to make this video. I think Devin Duvernay could be the answer or one of the answers to the Ravens' issues in slot. And his progression hopefully makes the Ravens passing game easier, more efficient, and better for Lamar Jackson. So I just wanted to end with that. It's your boy Gabriel, just on the Fan TV. Hey, let me know who you think is going to break out at the receiver position. Do you think it's Duvernay? Do you think it's Tylan Wallace, James Prochet, or you think it's one of the undrafted guys? All right, man. Let me know y'all opinion in the comments. Just another Fan TV. I'm out.